Hey everybody, how you doing? Hey, so I'm sitting here wondering what the heck I should do. Oh, look how nice it is outside right now. Man, Wisconsin coming in hot. It was like 86 degrees yesterday. So anyway, here's the deal, guys. Copper is at an all-time high, and I'm really thinking that I'm going to take some of the copper bars that I have down that I've poured in the past and take it in to get some dough for it. Last I checked, today's Sunday. On Friday, copper price closed at $5.08 a pound. I would have to think that the scrap yards would be giving people $4 or more a pound for their copper, and if that's the case, I think I'm going to collect some up as well as some brass and take it in. I think that's what I'm gonna do. My neighbor's over there. I gotta go see him. I want to take my camera over there, but his wife will go running for the hills because she doesn't want to be recorded ever. Got a lot going on today. Nice weather, everybody's out and about. So yeah, talking about this copper here, I had melted this copper on Friday so I could make a bar for my maintenance guy at work, but as I got cleaning it, it's just too pitted for me to be able to stamp on it and have it look good. This thing's 5 pounds, so I grabbed an 8-pounder and I'm going to try to finish this one off and give it to him. So I got to do some sanding on this yet, get this smooth. But yeah, if you just look at all the copper that I have all around the place. Now some of the stuff that I have stamped and kind of like special project type stuff, I'm not going to take it in. But if we're getting top prices for copper, I mean, look at this thing. Let's see how heavy this is. I mean, this might be 8 pounds. 9. I mean, this is probably $35 worth of copper right here. It's nice to have it as a decoration up there, but I'm not going to do it. And if you look in here, I already have the other half of this piece. Oh boy, I can't even pull that out of there.
Here, I only use a little bit out of this green, but I use the rest of the other one. So.
Okay, cool.
So you take some of that in and Craig, you can make a killing. What was it before? $3?
Well, you could probably get $3.50 a pound if you were taking in number 1 or Bear Bright. Right around there. But copper's gone up 32% in the last 6 months. So I mean, it was trading around $3.80 and now it's over $5.
Really?
So you'd be crazy not to do it.
Oh God, yeah. Good call, good call.
See all this number 2 copper right here. I was going to melt it, but let me show you if I can. See, here's a bar that I also melted on Friday when I melted the other stuff, and you can see through it. There's just so much junk on it. I don't know what I needed to do to make this look better. I don't know if you can see the holes in it. Yeah, it goes all the way through. Look at that. So it's still copper, I mean, and it's still clean copper. But as far as forming it, making a bar with it, it's tough. So I got all this number 2 copper here that has all the different stuff on it, which causes a problem when you try to melt. The string, for example, any plastics, all of this stuff just contributes to what you're melting. Now, it's like I said, it's still copper, but you got outgassing and other types of things that make it more difficult to make a clean bar. Now these bars here are nice and clean, heavy, solid, beautiful copper. And I think I'm gonna take it in, as well as some brass. This is the stuff I did some dumpster diving out of my driveway when they redid my roof. I got, I don't know, about 30 pounds, 31 pounds aluminum right there. Got some extruded. So that's the deal. Let's go downstairs and take a look and see what we got. Actually, before I do that, what I want to show you, this is copper wire that came out of actually wires that I had stripped. This doesn't have any coating, no varnish on it. Not like this stuff that has varnish on it. This is nice and clean. I will melt this stuff. I could take it in, but I have to keep some stuff to melt. This is a lot of number 2 copper right here. No, I got some, I'm gonna have to go through it because I got some wire in here too. I was gonna melt that too, but I can't turn that in. Oh, bummer. Yeah, they're not gonna want wire mixed up with this number 2 copper, so I'm gonna have to go through that. All right, so let's check my copper stash. Okay, so we have my bucket and our scale, all this aluminum. That's all stuff that I could take in too. All my specialty items, like these bars, one man's trash, all this stuff that I've stamped and has some special meaning to me, I'm not going to take in. However, all of these bars here, I am going to take that in. I've got some more up here. And then you can see I have a bunch of brass. So if copper's up, brass is going to be up as well. So let's take a look. See how much stuff we can get. So we're going to tear this out. One thing I want to do is make sure I know exactly how much copper I'm taking into them. It's a big chunk of copper. It just has a big bulbous thing on it. Okay, so I put in 2, 4, 7 small ones and one big one. We're at 27 pounds already. This is one that I did in my Sculler Metals mold. I've got Thin Lizzy stamped on it. One of my original Thin Lizzies. And this one sends slim pickings on it because it's so thin. Okay, that's 44 pounds right there. That's probably 47. This should make it about 50 pounds because these are 3 pounds each. Yep, 50.9. Okay, I'm gonna make a note of that. Carry that upstairs and bring down more buckets. The last bucket was 1.7 pounds. This one's 2.4 pounds. And let me tell you, you don't really want to put more than 50 pounds in one of those buckets because that was kind of heavy to carry upstairs. These are all 3 pounds apiece. nice bars. But when the price is really high, you kind of got to do it. What's the whole point of doing all this if you're just going to sit on it and do nothing with it and not benefit from it financially in any way? There's always more copper. But if you think about it, you know, all this copper was pretty much free to me. 49.5, 50.1. Okay. $49.9. Okay. $44. 47.6. Yeah, that's not too bad. 49.4. 50.1. So we got 200 pounds so far. Okay, so we've got all the copper here, the two things of brass back there, and number 2 copper here, aluminum that I'll be taking in. This is what we ended up with. We've got 400.4 pounds of number 1 copper, 43 pounds of number 2 copper, and 100.2 of brass. So we'll see what that nets us here. Today is the day. I'm going to tell you here in a minute because I talked to a guy there and got pricing from him, and I will let you know when I get paid what that price per pound is. Copper right now is currently trading at $5.05 as of I don't know, half hour ago when I checked, and I saw people say that copper could get up to $7.50 a pound before it's all said and done. This article I was reading was saying that, you know, there will come a point where copper gets to a certain point where these recycling companies aren't willing to pay for that anymore, or pay to get it from people. So I don't know if that's a saturation point or what, but definitely not there yet. This could go up another $1 in the next couple months, who knows, but I'm not much of a gambler. I just know that I'm getting copper for a much better price than before, so we're going for it. Okay, I can't record when I come in here, but we're getting here right now, and time to figure out how much we got. Okay, so here's the full sheet. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the number 1 copper price. I called in this morning and they gave me a special price of $4.56 a pound for number 1 copper because I had 400 pounds of it. They weighed it in at $3.99. I had it at 400.4. not a big deal. Number 2 copper, I had one 55-gallon bucket of that. It was 38 pounds. I'm paying $4.25 a pound, so I got $161.50 for that one bucket. And by the way, the number 1 scrap, the bars and stuff, $1,819. The batteries, I had 94 pounds of batteries at 14 cents a pound, so that was 13 bucks. Hard drives, I had 16 pounds at 25 cents a pound. That was 4 bucks. That was just sitting around. I needed to get those out of there. Sheet iron, I only had 100 pounds, so I got $9.75 for that. Good to get that cleaned up. Let's see, looks like an adjusted resin plastic. What is that? Is that because of vacuum cleaners? I've never seen that before. So they subtracted $63 a net ton, so they took 30 bucks off for that. It had to have been the vacuum cleaners. I can't think of what else it would be. Painted extrusions, I had 10 pounds of that, 83 cents a pound, $8.30. And then the aluminum siding, which is the stuff I got out of the dumpster in my driveway, 32 pounds, that's what I counted. 75 cents a pound for that, 24 bucks. Yeah, I thought I was gonna get like 15 bucks, so 24 is good. And then the yellow brass, I had exactly 100 pounds, $2.77 a pound for $277, for a total of $2,314. Needless to say, that is my best scrap run ever. I've obviously never taken in 400 pounds of number 1 copper before, and that is a couple years worth of work. I do want to give a shout out to Alter Metal. They've been great. I like the fact that they're really organized there. I put all that number 1, all those copper bars and pours into a metal barrel. They weighed it. They had to send some copper up to their testing lab to make sure that it was number 1 copper. They have done that before, and he said he would give me number 1 copper for it, but apparently they needed to do it again, like, because when he did it before, it was like a year ago, so I get it. And it came back number 1, just like it did the first time. I talked to a guy named Kent on the phone. He's the one that gave me the price. He was super nice. And the kid that I was dealing with in the past, he's been really awesome lately. And so, you know, the past is the past, and that is gone for me. The only thing I care about now is how things are going right now, and they have been fantastic to work with. So shout out to those guys. You know, I gotta say thank you for taking the copper bars. I mean, obviously they're getting some very high quality copper, but not every place does it, so I'm glad that they're equipped to be able to test and to verify that it's great copper. So that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Hope it was a good one. I've got more copper to melt, so we're gonna just keep it going. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please hit the like and subscribe, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about that payout. That was pretty awesome in my book. So we'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks.